Hi everybody, welcome to Low Carb in the Leaves with me, Dr. Mary Barson. I'm a bit quiet today. I've got laryngitis. Disappointing. So I won't make this particularly long. With these lives that Lucy and I do, we draw on a lot of things. We draw on, for the content of these live coaching calls, we draw on what we're doing with our clients and patients, we draw on the science, on psychological theory, and we also draw on our own experiences and how these relate to behaviour change and losing weight, basically. So we get inspiration from lots of quarters. And I was mulling over what I should talk about today, and I've had a pretty intense week last week. I had a lot that went on. My partner got really badly injured, his ankle got really badly injured, which is really horrible. And so we're processing that, which has been pretty difficult. My beautiful daughter had her birthday party, and I hosted a huge party yesterday, which I had committed to long before, and had to do it all on my own because my poor partner was out for the count, as well as lots of other things going on at work. So I thought I could talk about difficult situations, and what I actually thought I would talk about today is children's parties and navigating putting on celebrations. When my daughter was younger, puppy's chewing the chair. When my daughter was younger, I had much more control. I could really exert my benign dictatorship over her and her parties. So when she was like up to about 4, I think I was evangelical about her parties being this sugar-free affair. Her cakes would be not cake at all, not even a sugar-free cake because that has carbs. It would be a watermelon that I would carve out and cover in whipped cream, sweetened with a little bit of xylitol. I'd make sugar-free jellies and all of these, not sugar-free lollies and all this that I make myself with ingredients that I knew was alright. It was a lot of work and it was fine. Like, the little kids didn't really sort of know any better. But as she's got older, and she kind of knows what she wants, it's a bit more difficult for our relationship to be one of complete benign dictatorship anymore. And I'm sure this is even more true when kids get even older. And so her party was a big party yesterday, was one of compromise. It wasn't an all-out sugar fest, but it also wasn't sugar-free. And in particular, she wanted an ice cream parlour, and which, I had a lot of internal navigation with that one. I rang up Lucy and had a chat about this. How can I put on an ice cream parlour for kids? And you know what, I just compromised. I bought Donata ice cream, which is sweetened with xylitol, commercially available sugar-free ice cream. Xylitol's alright. Xylitol is certainly one of the least worst artificial sweeteners. Hey Crow. And I made all these beautiful sundae toppings, a caramel, a strawberry, a chocolate, and I did kind of half stevia, half sugar, and the kids had a few little cut up lollies that they could sprinkle on their sugar-free ice cream as well, so it wasn't completely sugar-free, but it was less sugar. Also the cake, I made the cake with a packet cake mix of sugar-free packet cake mix, but the icing, I don't know how to make buttercream and without sugar. I'm sure there's a way, but it was sort of half sugar, half xylitol, half erythritol, sorry. And that was kind of how I navigated it. I felt all right about that. The only drink that we offered was water. And the way that I've done it is not the only way to do it. What I did wasn't right or wrong. It's just what I did and what I felt comfortable with. And I think that that's an important part of making low carb sustainable in your life, is there are going to be times, there's going to be celebrations where you might want to bend a bit, and that's okay. As long as you're not bending every day and you're not just like a little floppy piece of grass, you can be flexible, be the bamboo that bends and not the bamboo that breaks in the wind. And it's okay. It really, really is. I think if I continued on with my evangelical stance of absolutely no sugar for children ever, that would cause an awful lot of conflict around party time with my daughter, which is not what it's about. And although we work hard at uncoupling food and emotion, that's a really important thing to do. And watching non-hungry eating and watching conditional eating, and we do intensive training for people around uncoupling emotion and food. Food is not just food. It's never going to be just food in the society that we live in. My puppy's taking advantage of me being busy, so she's being naughty. That's her. Food is not just food. Food is always going to be part of a celebration. Food is going to be associated with birthdays and weddings and Easter and Christmas. Like, this is always going to be there. We can't shut ourselves away from this. This is kind of how our society has constructed itself. So when you go to a birthday, or you're hosting a birthday or a Christmas or anything, it's really good to have a plan and to decide what you're going to do. You can choose to be flexible, so you can choose to have more carby food when you're there, but you can also choose not to. You could choose to bring your own food, or you could choose to just make the best of what's there. You could choose to fast. You could choose to do lots of different things. And it really helps to have a plan and to go in forearmed and forewarned and to know what you are going to do. My personal plan with this party was that I would provide the sugar-free ice cream and the slightly sugary toppings, and I would provide the half sugar-free cake with the slightly sugary icing, and do all of these things, but I wouldn't eat any of it. And I didn't. I was at my house, I could eat whatever I wanted, and so that's what I did. That was my plan to navigate my daughter's birthday party, and I did a little bit of a visualization exercise before I did that. Took a deep breath before the party and imagined myself just sliding past the cake, sliding past the ice cream, sliding past the toppings that I made. All of this work that I didn't need to eat it. And we all had a great day. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. And provided I've got some voice left, you'll see me again tomorrow. Bye now.